of February morning. Can I say that? Anyway, my name is Lindsay Rustafanik, and I kind of helped put this thing together with some of my friends. And I do have a list of the people that we've got to acknowledge to make this thing happen, eh? With me, right at the top of the list, is the Brandon Bus Lines Band. There was 4 trips that he made to bring all you fine folks in here, and they get, you know, top thank you.
Did you get a transfer so you can get back?
They didn't ask for it, Ron.
It cost you nothing to get here, but we'll ask for a little donation. We'll get you back home, okay?
Why is that here? Now I know who's one of the devils.
Yeah, that'll pay for the fuel and a little something for them because they donated this. It was supposed to be a big coach, a 55 coach, but that one got called out on a trip, the last bit there. So they says, well, can you do okay with this? And yeah, of course. Brandon Bus Lines. And Murray, our good driver, there he is. Murray, he's a long distance driver from Bison. He's a good friend of the Brandon Road Rebels group and his wonderful wife, Heather. The Road Rebels, yes. Dave, where's my buddy Dave? Right there, he's on the camera. He's the social media guru. Yeah, he made it happen. He says, put this out on Facebook and all that stuff, and whoop, there it is. Great. Thanks, big guy. The Trinity United Church. We filled up their parking lot. I'll bet you they hope every Sunday they have that kind of action. How about you and me, Matt? Yeah, there you go. Trinity United. Okay. Rob of the Alley Cats Hot Rods. This is the guy right here. Nice and warm in here. His wonderful wife Barb, she's part of it too.
She might come out.
Good.
Yeah, don't it?
Now we're going, speaking of that, we're going to the bathroom. Rob has got a really neat spot for the boys around the corner, probably
Yellow Brick Road?
snowball thing. All he does ask is to kick a little snow. Can you do that? Can you kick a little snow? Good idea. You'll learn that. And the ladies, if they feel the call, Barb will help you into the house.
Yeah. Serves you right for drinking coffee that early in the morning.
That's right. I gotta say, big thank you also to the other parts of the shop tour. And that includes Bill of Westman Dent. We'll come and see his shop at 1 o'clock. And then Brent of Krusty Customs Restorations. He's built a new shop and added a whole bunch of new things there. So he's gonna be waiting for us. That's at 3. And then we have Jason and Dakota of Eastside Eatery. Right after this, we're gonna be going down there. And we'll come up, we'll all go into the west side entrance. They have a little yellow canopy thing there, and that'll be our banquet room. So if we can start probably, 11:30 or something like that, because we've got a good crowd, and we'll meet down there. Last but certainly not least is all of you, all the car guys in and around Brandon. I've met some new guys here through this already. Terry from Gladstone, more than I can imagine. All the good things. Here again, it's the coldest bitch of a morning we ever had this week. And everybody here. Terrific. Thank you. Long time car friends.
It wasn't winter.
Okay. to introduce Rob and the good things that he does here, this is just one example. And he's been doing this for many, many years.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, a long time. He's keeping up with the modern technology. He is.
Show us your
See if you
phone.
can find out where he has his global positioning sensor for his speedo in this car. Where is it? He's got it in here, and that's what's gonna run the speedo, the GPS. I know where it is, because he told me the other day.
And you're sworn to secrecy.
Oh, then you gotta kill me, or what?
Sometimes it's be a pleasure.
Lindsay will show up for your funeral. Don't worry.
We'll pick a warm day, okay? Okay, with that, ladies and gentlemen, here's our good friend, Rob Rose.
Yeah, hey, thanks. Like Lindsay said, it's great to see everybody. Lots of new faces in here. I really like it when people can get together and network and meet some other people and figure out, hey, maybe I can help this guy or he can help me or whatever. The networking is awesome. I've been doing it for a long time, got lots of long-time friends because of that. Keep in touch, and we do lots of driving, and yeah, it's been a great, I'm having a great life. Everything is going really well, and I blame it all on hot rods. I really do. We've been here, Barb and I have been here for 25 years, 26 next April. We built the shop when we showed up here, and just been doing this off and on for the last 25 years. It's been enough customer activity to keep me going, and yeah, so this particular car, it's a 1928 Model A Special Coupe. When I got it about 20 years ago, I didn't realize that it was a special coupe. I was down at back of the 50s and I thought, well, I'll look around at some other Model A's and see what I got.
Yeah.
None of them were like this one. So then when I did find out it was a special coupe, I thought, oh, special. Look up the numbers. Well, they made more special coupes than anything else. So it's not a rare car or anything. But when it showed up, it had stamped steel quarter windows here, and then all at the back was wood, and it was all rotten and things. And so I like open cars, and so it's kind of a copy of a sport coupe. So I made all of the folding mechanism. It doesn't work today because it has to be in a different position because the quarter panels have to be in place. But it does fold and go down, and so now you'll have roll down windows, heat, cruise control, GPS speedometer. It's built to be driven. My philosophy has always been, if you're not going to drive your car, you might as well spend your money on furniture. So drive the thing, wear it out, and redo it. The next guy can restore it. I've done all the hard work. So, I mean, that's just, use them up. But anyways, yeah, we've been here for like, say, 25 years, doing this off and on. Been doing it a lot longer than that, because I was always doing it as a hobby type of a thing, and then it turned into more of an income thing, I don't know, 30 years ago, I guess. But this is what we do. I have my frame table is over here, which I've used to build lots of frames from scratch and or modifying chassis, whatever. It works out really well. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, for me, this is commonplace for me. You guys show up, I'd kind of like to be able to view what's going on here through your eyes, because I get used to looking at this thing. There's nothing special here. Hopefully, you can see something that you like. But anyways, the chassis table, I roll it out here. This frame was left over from an earlier project. The guy bought a 32 Ford truck at the swap meet in Winnipeg, and we brought it out here to do some work on it. Well, this frame was a very, very poorly built frame. I said I had it on the table. I was telling some people before, when we had it on the table to see what it was like, one horn was 6 or 8 inches higher than it was supposed to be, and the other one was 2 inches low. It was extremely warped. So we bought new rails, built a new chassis for the truck, and it's been driving around in Winnipeg the last couple of years. But this went on the table, and I just gutted it. It had been boxed incorrectly, so I cut it all out and straightened it all out, made it fit the body, which means I pinched it in here about 1.5 inches, and just basically built the frame. The back end here, I cut it off and threw all that away, and built all of this back stuff, the rear section. It's basically 2 inches higher than a 32 Ford would be, so that I don't have to C-notch the frame. I built the frame higher, so there's more space. Made all the top post stuff, again, to make the top foldable. There's a bit of time involved in doing that. And I just want to tell people that it's about the third one that I've made, because I've made one for a Waterway Roadster, which you can't get at because the doors are all closed and shut there. But I made basically 2 of those because when you make a mistake, you throw the aluminum away, because it just doesn't work like that. I can't, I don't, like if I weld a hole or drill a hole 1/8 of an inch out, it won't work. Well, I'm not gonna weld up the hole and redo it, it's just easier to throw it away. So I always joke with Dave Morningstar, because that's where I buy all my metal. I buy the aluminum from here, and then I take my scrap aluminum back and I throw it in his bin so he gets money back for that. Anyways, it's a copy of a Model A folding top mechanism. I do have one side of a folding top, so I use it for all the geometry and the measurements and stuff. Once you basically have the folding and compression here, you just make this piece as long as you want, this one as high as you want, that kind of thing. You can add and shorten, whatever, but it's still, there's a few hours tied up in it. I'm not done yet. And the hood mechanism, again, that's a copy of a mechanism that I bought a couple of kits over the years, and they're a lot of money, so it's like, well, I don't mind dicking around with that stuff out here, so I made my own version of it, and this is my, I think, second copy of that. It works okay. It's still under construction, but it goes up and down like that. And what else can I tell you?
Rob, those frame rails, were those original factory ones, or was it aftermarket frame rails?
The rails were aftermarket.
Okay.
Yeah. Not very good ones either. I don't know who made them, but when we ordered up the rails for the other one, they were American stamping rails or something. They were substantially nicer than these ones, but I boxed everything in with 3/16. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. But yeah, and I do all my own painting as well. This is my hacked together booth here. When it's all set up, I put a heater in that window. It blows in warm air, and then there's an exhaust fan that goes out the bottom of that door over there. And I was mentioning before, I can't do a complete car. There's not enough air movement, but I can do a couple of doors or a fender, and then the next day do a couple more. And that's also why I do solid colors. I can't do a metallic paint job because it's all done in pieces, right? So, yeah, just order up a gallon of paint and do it one piece at a time. Which it works. But I'm kind of a solid color guy anyway. With this era of car, and this particular car, I want it to look like a Model A. I don't want to paint it candy apple red or anything like that. I love candy apple red, but not on this car. So I wanted something that was along the lines of the era of the car. And I'm kind of, I don't know, it's going to be a highboy. There's no fenders on it, but I'm still restoring the body. It'll have stock door handles, stock window cranks. The windshield folds out like stock, and stock gas caps and radiator caps and stuff like that. So I'm trying to keep it to look like, it's like the magazines are always going on about these guys who build cars for the era. You know, I want to build this car to make it look like a kid would have done it in 1940. I'm trying to make this car look like about a 70-year-old guy built it in 2025. And what he had left over. Okay? So that's my theme on this car.
Drivetrain?
Drivetrain, the guy down the back lane had a Chevy truck that he was wrecking because it was so rusty. He couldn't sell it. So I bought the engine from him. It's got 300,000 kilometers on it. Got the transmission with it as well. it ran nice and didn't use any oil, so there it is. And again, this started out as like, let's get rid of some parts around here. Get this rid of this engine, this frame. The body was sitting in the front yard for 20 years. And again, I had nothing to do one winter, so it's like, you gotta do something. Can't sit inside the house all day.
No, this is out of the car and everything.
And, you know, we gotta be picking away
Okay.
something.
Your rear end?
8-inch Ford. Yeah, I had several of them, and I had them outside, and water got into all of them. So I had the housing. I got the pumpkin out of a buddy out of Saskatoon. So I don't know what the gears are or anything like that, but it's 8-inch Ford. I have two 9-inch Fords for sale over here, and they're stored inside. They're fine, but yeah, they're from 57, 58 Fords, the narrowest ones they made. So I've got two of them.
Okay.
And I don't really have a use for them. So if you're curious, talk to me later. Anyways, basically that's what I'm working on these days. Built a couple of other cars for some other people. People seem to find me. Yeah, there are a couple of guys over here. Get some stuff from them. Sometimes I've done cars like
I lived here.
from the ground up, like the Lanny Packers.
So did Al.
There's actually several cars that I've done that nobody's ever seen. They're out at the coast, or they're in Winnipeg, or they're just disappeared. Like Lanny Packard's 37, he bought that body off of Dave Marvin. When we got it here, the frame was in 7 pieces. We threw it away, and he ordered up a TCI frame, and we put that underneath. But that took a couple of years to build that car as well. You got to put a floor in it. He wants power windows. He wants power this and all that stuff. And that's kind of what I do. I do my own painting, but for customer stuff, it goes out because I'm the only one happy with my own paint jobs. Yeah. Only one, you know, a customer wants nicer stuff than I can do. And I have no problem with sending paint out. But it is getting tough to find a painter who will be interested in doing this kind of stuff. They'll all sort of do one, and then they've had enough. They're in at the beginning, but they're not interested after. Just give me the auto pack stuff. It's easier. Remove, replace, paint, money, blah, blah, blah. So it's tougher to find the guys that are interested in doing this stuff. It's an era that a lot of people, they like this stuff, but they don't know how to do it. And I do, I guess. Anyhow, it's always been my era. Back in high school, we'd be sitting around the library bullshitting with the guys and talking about the new Fords and new Chevys and all that, and the newer stuff, you know, the 440 with 4-speed in it. I go, yeah, great drivetrain in a Model A. And I'm always interested in older cars. Always, always, always.
Rob, I'd also like to shine the light on you because of your other interests. In the summertime, this guy...
Oh, we're not going to get into porn. Okay.
No. No.
Don't it around here, Rob. Come on.
In the summertime, when the cars like this are on the move, this guy is the leader. You said in 2015 you were at the Atlantic Nationals in Moncton,
Yeah.
2015.
And we went to Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yes, it is. But you come home, spent a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
and where did you go after that?
Well, just to fill in, yeah, we went out east we did the Atlantic Nationals of 2015, and then we took the ferry to Newfoundland, then we took the ferry across to Labrador. So I have this great photo of the Roadster in Labrador. When we got home, a couple of weeks later, like Lizzie was saying, Harold Kuipers and I took off to the west coast. So I took my coupe out west. So that summer, yeah, I saw the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean in a hot rod. It was a great summer. And yeah.
And that is just typical
Yeah,
of...
we put the miles on, yeah.
Attaboy.
I got friends in Winnipeg. Kathy Nolan with a 38 Chevy. She's got over 300,000 miles on it. Dave Millen, over 300,000 on his 37 Chevy. Liz Kitzel, over 250,000 on her T-Bucket, and my coupe has 200,000 miles on it, Barb's truck 175, our Roadster has like 70,000 miles on it. They're meant to drive, they're not for sitting around.
Can you tell us again what kind of cars you do own then?
Pardon?
What cars do you own?
I've got, if I could, I'll try opening the door over there before you guys go. There's a 1930 Model A Roadster in there. Sitting next to that is a 34 Ford pickup. Next to that is a 34 Ford 3-window coupe. And then next to that is a 51 Chevy sedan delivery that my dad and I put together back in the 70s. So I inherited it about 5 years ago. Well, maybe 7 years ago now. I think of it. And so it's been in the family a long time. And then I've got a 26 Model T Roadster out at Matthew's place, the Studebaker, and then this thing.
Okay.
And then there's 2 bodies in the backyard and 2 in the front yard. This place, I love this location.
Car bodies? Car bodies?
I got a spot to use. It's been great being here because we just fluked upon this property. I was going for coffee one day years ago and saw the for sale sign out front. Cal Jackson was in the coffee group, our realtor who has passed away. But anyway, he got us in here and we did a couple of tours and stuff. We did several tours of the house. I don't want to get into it for a whole bunch, but we had to look at the house about 5 times. It was so full of shit and garbage and crap. We spent more time looking at the shit and the garbage and the crap than the house. And we had to go home and then gotta go back and look. Anyways, so we finally looked at the house, made the offers and all that kind of stuff, and got in here in 2000. And it's just one of those things that kind of got left over in the city planning. If there's 9 lots on this block, 8 of them are in this particular piece of property. Although it is one lot, it cannot be subdivided. I don't want to get into a whole bunch of shit like that. But the thing is, it's just so cool to be isolated like this in the middle of the city. And the deer come through here and the rabbits and stuff. It's like living in the country, but not. And like I say, our only access is off the back alley here. We get along with the neighbors great. It really pays off when you move into a place where an asshole used to live. Anyway, that's but anyway, yeah, we are. I like to think of. I hang around with a bunch of people who drive their cars. They're not afraid to wear them out. You can always repaint them. Kathy Millen just said she had the 300,000 miles on her engine. Well, she just replaced it. I got it rebuilt. It's underneath the tarp over here. But, so she's ready to go this summer with a fresh engine because that's what you do. We're already making plans for a tour out through Saskatchewan, Alberta. We're not going into the U.S. That's another issue altogether. But the girls this year, the Lipstick Girls, are going on their 32nd year of girls only hot rods, and they're going to the Atlantic Nationals in Moncton. They're making plans for that. Like last year, they were planning on going to Syracuse, but with things changing at the border and stuff like that, they decided to go down to around the Toronto area, Barrie and around there. So they did that. This year they're twiddling the East Coast, California twice, Louisville a couple of times. They're actually running out of places to go to. And they are, there's more hot rodding going on with those 3 girls than all of us combined and multiplied by 5. They are awesome travelers, and I have had the opportunity to travel with them. And yeah, it's a great group to travel with. They organize stuff, and you're just a fifth wheel, you know, tagging along, but they have a great time.
32 years.
Yeah.
What a wonderful record.
Oh yeah, and they all still get along. Well, in fact, the 3 of them just went to Mexico for about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, they're a tight group. And then also involved with the Strokers, hang around with those guys. and beat their asses at hockey. And we have a hockey table set up. There's one under the tarp over here, and there's one down at Brad's place. When we have therapy on Thursdays, we play a lot of hockey. And yeah, sometimes L wins. But anyway, I think that's all I can tell you. I don't know what else to mention, other than it's great to see everybody. Again, I hope you meet some new friends on the trip and stuff like that today. I won't be going along on the rest of the tours because I'm going to Killarney. One of our stroker friends is having an 80th birthday today, so we're heading down to say hi to Gene Cuvalier. So that's where I'll be in the afternoon.
Rob, what year did you buy your 34 Ford?
1980. Paid $37.50 for it.
Says here you bought it in 82.
No, this is 1980.
Have you seen this book?
Yep, I got a copy of it kicking around.
1970,
Wow,
1996.
Don, I know where that came from.
Book came out of my junk.
When I first built that car, it had a big block in it, but it was, I don't know, it was a dog. It wouldn't go. And then it died, and I put the small block in it, absolutely no regrets. The car goes, and better gas mileage. I do miss the sound of it when it's idling with the big block in it. It was something else. But that's about it. But anyways, I knew of the car for years. It was owned by an old friend in the neighborhood, and it was always sitting outside. And then, perchance, I ran into him. I was going out with this girl. She was in Winnipeg. He showed up. He had a crush on her, and he was always trying to get her to go out with him. But she was going out with me. Anyways, he shows up. I said, "So, Warren, do you still have that car?" "Yeah, I do." "Where is it?" "Well, we moved it inside the garage because people kept stopping by to bug my mom and dad about the car. So we moved it in." And I said, "Well, if you're interested, I'll buy it from you. I'll put it back on the road. I will not resell it." Anyways, that's what I told him. So a couple days later, I'm at my mom and dad's place. The doorbell rings. It's Warren. He says, "I've decided to give you my car." "Huh? Give?" I said, "I can't take it for free. I'll give you $50 for it." He said, "25. We compromised at $37. I put a few dollars into it. Actually, it was his grandfather's car, and they had driven it around the farm and just wrecked it. And so I got the body, 2 doors, the trunk lid, the dash, and the frame for $37.50.
How many cars have you done?
Don't know.
Roughly.
Oh. Well, that's hard to say because when you say done, like from the frame up, I don't know, probably 7 or 8, I guess. It's not a great number, but then there's lots, well, not lots, but more where I just did chassis work or just installed power windows or something like that. I sort of do a little bit of everything, and I don't know, word gets out, and I guess people like what I'm doing, so they keep coming back. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. I've never, it's not a, I don't know, keeping track kind of thing. It's just, you just do it. Yeah, it's like this thing here. How many hours do I have into it? I have no idea. I did start to keep track, and then after a couple hundred hours, you know, like, what's the point? If I keep track of my hours, all I'm gonna do is be very disappointed when the time comes to sell.
You made 1 cent an hour?
I mean, if I charge my shop rates for this thing, Elon Musk couldn't afford it. Besides, when I'm working on my own stuff, I like to put my rates up. You know,
Charge whatever you want. Yeah, tell them how much you got into it.
Well, right now there's $30,000 tied up in this thing, and that's amazes me too. I mean, the front end is worth $4 grand. The back end suspension's worth $1,200, $1,300. Then you get into the engine and transmission. Then you get into the wiring. Then you get into the gauges. Then you get into the steering column, and then you get into. It just keeps going and going. And I look at it, and I have no idea where the money came from. I have no idea. But it comes along, trickles in, and stuff like that. But it all works out at the end, it probably only cost me $20 a day. I don't know.
That's still an addiction, buddy.
Yeah,
It's a sickness.
I don't go to Mexico, I don't drive a new car, I don't have a swimming pool, I don't have any kids, everything's paid for. So, you know, the monthly pension check shows up, thank you, government. There you go. And you just keep picking away at it. I was telling Carl earlier, my Model A two-door, I used to work with schools in the area selling high school yearbooks and stuff. Well, I did the book in Minnedosa. Anyways, I showed up there one day in my Model A two-door, and the kids are standing there, a couple of guys, and they're having their smokes, and they're looking at the car, and one kid says, "What's it worth?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I figured it out as to be about $35 a week that it took to build this car over the 4-year period." I said, "Some guys spend that much money on smokes."
Yeah, really.
You know, pick your poison and go that way. But, you know, it just shows up and you just come out and keep picking away at it.
Need a coffee, Dad.
What else can I tell you? I'm not doing anything so exclusive that nobody else can do it. I'm just doing it. And a little bit at a time, every day.
Well, certainly there's a level of craftsmanship and skill to put, you're very modest, Rob, to put something like this together. You know, you're talking about this frame for the top.
Yeah.
Right below it is an adjustable strut.
Yeah, there's no support in the back of the car once you get all the wood and everything.
Yeah.
So that's the adjustment. When I put the trunk lid in place, it wasn't fitting by this much, but with those adjustments, you just keep turning it, and then the trunk lid falls into the hole, and there you are.
That's
It's
experience talking, eh?
square. Yeah,
Putting that in there.
but this stuff happens because I'm stubborn and I'm cheap, and I have lots of patience. And I just did an article. I'm on the board for the North Dakota Street Rod Association. I'm the only Canadian to ever do that. But anyways, I write an article for them every once in a while. My last article went out. It was like, because I'm so philosophical. The amount of time I spend by myself, and you guys know what that's like if you're working on your car. You're by yourself a lot. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to be able to think along, you know, think far enough ahead to see the vision of the end of this thing. Otherwise, you never start. And you spend a lot of time by yourself. And again, you have to be comfortable and willing to put the time in and know when to quit. Like walk away or throw it away or start again or whatever. It's not everybody can do it, but most of us can because we're here. We have an interest.
Somewhere I saw a certificate earlier about your education to do with this. I think you took a course.
Not really. I took an auto body course back in the late 70s. Late 60s, sorry.
How old are
ACC.
you? Jesus.
And so my thing was, I wanted to paint more than anything. I painted at Murray Chevrolet through the 70s for a while. Basically, I took the course, learned, you know, your basic body work and stuff like that, and basic welding. I started my painting career at Binkley's. Worked there for a couple of months until I got fired. And then I went to Australia, and that's where I learned to paint. And just working at jobs down there. When I got back, I worked at Murray's from 74 through 80 until I was offered a job through Hot Rods to go and work for a publishing company that printed high school yearbooks. And it was like, summer's off. All right. So that was the primary thing, was to get out of the painting business and go and travel around and teach yearbooks. I taught photography, layout, theme development. It was a great job. But I did that through till 1997, and then things started to show up, and customers started to show up, and one thing led to another, and here I am. That's my life in a nutshell. But most of this stuff, I get guys show up and go, "Where did you learn this?" Magazines. reading Rod and Custom magazine, Street Rodder, not so much, but mostly Rod and Custom, Rodder's Digest, just stuff. Building models, talking to people, looking at stuff. And if you're interested in something, you'll learn about it pretty quick. And it's no problem learning about it. When's the last time any of you guys diagrammed a sentence? You know, like, who cares? Because it was tough to learn that because there's no application for it. Here, you start to figure out how to do stuff, and I get metal. You either cut it, bend it, or weld it. That's all there is to it.
It's a little bit more, this is to make it look finished, is the talent.
Yeah. But again, there's the patience and stubbornness, and again, I mean, I ask for my help all over the place. I get Brad Johnson helping out with mechanical stuff and questions and things like that. I'm not a mechanic. When the time comes to fire this thing up, I'll get somebody else over here who will pre-oil it, time it, and fire it. I'm not that guy. I like doing the assembly, and I'm a fabricator, so I like putting this stuff together. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what's under the hood. I lean towards a small block Chevy because it just seems to be the engine to go with. And they work, and they're out there, and
It's economical.
yeah. Although, they are getting harder and harder to find. I read a long time ago that GM made 100 million small block Chevys, and they're getting tough to find. I go to Westman and see if they have one. They're getting tough. It's like the old flathead. Everybody ran flatheads until the small block came along. Now we're all running small blocks. Now everybody wants to go to LS engines and stuff like that. Well, I'm stuck in this era, so we'll stick with the small blocks. But I put other stuff in. Yeah, V6s and LSs and stuff. Whatever the customer wants, we stick it in. But for most of my own projects, yeah, it's a small block.
And we also just talked right here just a moment ago about carburetors.
Yeah.
You know, those things are dinosaurs now, eh?
Yeah,
You know, like it's 40 years since the last carb.
probably 50 now. But yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, whatever. But it's
Yeah.
good to see, you still got, well, that's.
Quadrajet. I just had, Brad went through it and rebuilt it, so.
Yeah, that'll be
it's-
good.
We'll see how it works, but,
Yeah, it'll be good.
okay, so here's my tip of the day. Awesome tip. See my exhaust manifolds, they're stock cast iron Chevy stuff. Get them sandblasted and then spray them down with graphite lubricant. And they'll look like that after a couple of summers of running. The stuff doesn't burn off, changes color very, very little, and it's easy to touch up if you need to. If you do get a little bit of rust come through, you know, spray some in the cap and acid brush, just put it on. But the thing is, you just soak the stuff down. It can drip on the floor. It doesn't show any runs or anything like that. That's the look, and it'll stay like that. Now the carburetor, you say Brad and I were talking about it. He figures that at one point maybe it was on fire, but it was all the color on it wasn't. It was old looking, right? So we chatted about it yesterday. I hung it up and sprayed it down with the graphite. I like the way it looks, and it's clean. It's kind of a charcoal color, I guess. The alternator has been sprayed with it as well. Anything cast, you could spray with this dry graphite, and yeah, I'm sold on it. So, master cylinders. You know how it is to try and keep the paint on one of those?
Yeah.
Hit it with graphite. Clean it up. Hit it with graphite. Works great. That's my tip of the day.
It's a good one.
Dry graphite spray.
Pardon?
Just a dry graphite spray?
Yeah, it just comes out,
Brown
well, it dries really quickly. I guess it's just straight alcohol in it. I don't know what's in it, but 10 minutes later you can handle it. But wear gloves when you're doing it. I don't know if you ever used it, but if you get dry graphite lubricant on your skin, it's there. It soaks in so much. So deep. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to tell you. I hope you found it interesting. I apologize about the donut thing, but I figured everybody was going for lunch after this, and no sense buying donuts. And besides, it would have cost me a fortune to feed Mr. Kara, she would have eaten about 3 of them. Oh, the look. Anyways, yeah, have a look around, see what you think. I mean, sometimes the shop tours are, the shop is as interesting as the project is being worked on, just to see how guys put stuff and everything like that. I love this shop. The one I worked out of 25 years ago was a 1-car garage, and it had a small house. And you could have put my old shop and my old house in this shop with room to park a car. This is awesome to be here. I never take it for granted.
What size is this here?
40 by 36. Yep. It was going to be 60 by 40, but you sit down and you start pricing out concrete, it just keeps shrinking down. But this actually worked out to be, in my opinion, the perfect size. I don't have a lot of room to store shit, and this is not designed as a storage facility. It's the stuff that's in here is supposed to be here for a purpose. That's what the shop is for. That's what the garden shed's for. So there's no snow blower sitting in here. It's all hot rod stuff for the most part. But yeah, we just all hot rods around here. Don't do anything else. What else can I tell you?
That graphite spray, does it come in a high heat or anything, or does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter, there's a can of it right here. It'll take the heat and just dry graphite lubricant.
That is a good tip.
Yeah. I had some spray, I'll show you how quick it dries.
Yeah.
It just hits it.
They always weep.
Anyways, yeah, have a look around if you have any questions. See some new faces and stuff like that. You know where we are. If we can help you out, let me know. Just, here we are. Yeah. See you at cruise night.